Have you ever wondered, what is GitHub? Is it just a provider of internet hosting for social development and version control? Or is it something more? Well, it's certainly all the tools you need to build whatever you want. It's where the world builds software. Reflecting back, it's 56 plus million developers, 3 million plus organizations, 100 million plus repositories, and 72% of Fortune 50 companies are using it. Looking at the State of Octoverse report for 2020, it is open source where it really happens. It is the community that powers the global economy. Is GitHub Profile your new identity then? And why is it important to optimize your GitHub profile? Now, are you a developer looking for employment within a company? Are you a freelancer looking for your next contract? Or are you an open source enthusiast looking to join an open source project? Well, you can really be using your GitHub profile today to stand out as a super talented developer. Well, you've come to the right video, as today we're going to talk about how to uplift your GitHub profile, your new identity, to really make you help stand out from the others. In this session, we're just going to cover that. Let's start off by going into GitHub. As you come into GitHub, you see you are on the landing page and it's telling you your GitHub account. If you navigate into your profile, it shows you the repositories that you contribute to or have contributed to in the past, a little bit more about the details, your contributions and stuff like that. Now, this is really your profile, and there's a trick whereby you can configure how your profile looks like. So let's do it. If I go in and create a new repository and I name the repository as my name, GitHub tells me that I've found the hidden secret, which is I have a special repository now, and the readme.md file in that repository will be my GitHub profile itself. So GitHub profile for Tarun Arora. I'll have to leave it public just so the profile will be public. You have to click the add a readme file button. Let's create that. Now, as you come in to edit the file, it gives you a few things you can add in there. We're going to start on a clean slate, so I'm going to delete all of this and just commit the file. Let's go in and see what difference does that make. GitHub. So you see it's added this new section at the top, which is where I can start to enrich my profile. Now, if you're starting afresh, I would totally recommend you go and check out the GitHub profile generator page. It's a really cool page which will give you a UI that you can enter a bunch of details in to get a pre-populated README file that you can come in and insert here. Let's go through that experience. Here we go. So if I put in my name here, and cloud solution architect. Now I have the option of filling these out, but I'll skip them for now. I can come in and select the languages, front end, back end, mobile, database, visualizations, DevOps, the kind of things that I work on, frameworks I resemble myself with. And then here's this section where you can enter all your social link details. And now you have the option of also adding a visitor badge count, your GitHub trophy, your GitHub profile stat card, your top skills, You can also choose to add your Twitter badge, and I'll cover this in more detail But let's for now check the option of display latest blogs from your personal blog dynamically. And I'll enter my buy my coffee page URL there as well. So let's just generate the README file. Okay, so let's copy this markdown and take it back into here, click edit. If I edit my README file and just save the changes, and let's refresh, you see I'm already starting to get a pretty cool GitHub profile page with the bunch of things that we added here. But surely there's a way of making this even better. Let's clone this GitHub repository in Visual Studio Code. Right, so let's change directory into this and open this in Visual Studio Code. Let's chip chop edit this a little bit. So I would like to add a little more information about myself here. I'm a cloud solution architect specializing in cloud native technologies. I work for Avanade in UK as a regional director of DevOps and software engineering. Obsessed with high quality working software and DevOps practices. I've been recognized by Microsoft as an MVP for 9 years in a row. Written a few books on DevOps and occasionally speak at international conferences. Actively sharing my learnings on my YouTube channel. Now you see, when we generated this README page through the generator, it added this section here called the blog posts. Now the intent of doing that is, if I have a blog that I'm running and I want to keep my GitHub page up to date with the last few, 4, 5, 6, 10, whatever I decide, posts that I've posted on my blog post, then I can do that. Now, in order to do that, I will have to set up a GitHub action. So let's start off by setting up a new action. So we'll do that from here. Let's just create GitHub workflows. Let's just call this workflow update blog posts in readme.yaml. So let's add a name. Let's give it the name To save you from all the typing, I will paste. Okay, let me just explain what we did here. So we've created a new job. We've given it a name. It's going to run on Ubuntu latest agent. The steps we've added is we're going to check out this custom repository from Gautam Krishner, who's created this action, which can go in and go grab from the RSS XML the post from your blog. So let's change this to bring back the 5 last posts. Now with this ready, let's commit this back. All right, let's navigate into GitHub. We can see a new folder has been created with our workflows. At the top, if you click on the actions section, we can see that the newly added action can be seen here. And since we've added this statement called workflow dispatch, it allows us to run the action manually in addition to it being scheduled on the cron that I've inserted. By the way, that cron will trigger the workflow to run once every hour. So if you wanted to, you could run more frequently. The point here is how often are you changing your blogs? If you think you're changing them often enough for a run of more frequent than 1 hour, then fill your boots. So let's click on Run Workflow. Right, so we can see that the job has been scheduled and it's currently executing. If we click on it and click in further, we can see the details. It's currently, it's checked out the repo. It's in the process of processing. You're grabbing the URLs from the feed RSS XML that we'd specified, so it's completed it. If we go back to the GitHub profile now, and if I click refresh, so you can see that the blog posts have been updated here. So I'm getting the links to the last 5 blogs from my blog page. Now, I'm a YouTuber, right? Wouldn't it be great if I could surface my YouTube videos as well in here, so all of it is consolidated in my profile? Let's go on and do that as a next step. Let's go back into Visual Studio Code. And what we're going to do is we're going to create another file for another workflow. Let's call it update YouTube readme.yaml. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to call it latest YouTube links workflow. We'll schedule it with the same cron. Now we're using Gautam Krishner's workflow action again. What we're saying is go and scan the readme file for the tag YouTube, and when you find it, grab the videos from my YouTube feed. I've specified my channel ID, and use that to populate my profile page with the last 5-6 videos that I've posted. So let's save this and double checking. I believe we haven't yet added this tag, so let's do that in the readme file as well. So let's make a change. YouTube videos. There you go, that should do it. So this will help it find this section. Once it finds the section, it will insert the YouTube links here. Okay, let's commit these changes. Okay, with that updated, let's go back, and as we go back into my profile, we can click on the GitHub Actions, and we can see we have added the second action. Let's go in and manually run this. There we go, the workflow has been triggered, it's scheduled, it's currently going through. Same business, agent assign. It's going to check out the repo and then grab from my channel feed the set of videos. That was pretty quick, and then it updates it in the readme file. So proof's in the pudding. Let's go back and open up GitHub, and let's open up my profile. And as I go in, you can see it's got the blog post, pretty cool, and it's got the YouTube videos as well. If I click in, it takes me right into the video. Fantastic, right? I mean, that is pretty cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna make a few more changes just to bring it all together. So let's go back into the editor. Okay, so let's start off by visualizing this. Yeah, I'm gonna do some reordering and get it to look better. Alright, so I've done some rejigging. I've added my own custom icons here and cut this down to just the 4 that I think I want to display on my profile. Added the languages, up the blogs, the YouTube page, and that's about it. So let's commit these changes. Let's check how this looks. Brilliant. I am happy with that. Cool. So that's my profile, and I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, you can obviously drop in the comment section. If you wanted to get started with a profile page but didn't really know where to start, the easiest thing to do would be to come to my profile and go into my page, take my Readme file, and you can pretty much see it in raw and just sort of copy and go. The other option could also be that you could fork this repo, because then it will give you the icon files as well. All right, perfect. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button on YouTube. And if you like the video, don't forget to like it and click the icon bell as well. Thank you, and hope to see you again in the next video.